U.S. President Donald Trump on February 7 said he was revoking former President Joe Biden's security clearances and stopping his daily intelligence briefings, as there was no need for his predecessor to receive classified information. In a post on Truth Social, Trump referenced a report by special counsel Robert Hur that described Biden last year as a well-meaning, elderly man with a poor memory. Biden said at the time that his memory was fine. Former presidents traditionally receive some intelligence briefings even after they have left office. In his post on Friday, Trump also said Biden used his time in office to instruct the intelligence community to stop Trump from accessing details on national security. Worldwide News reports.
U.S. President Donald Trump announced Friday that Japan has committed to doubling its defense spending by 2027 and approved nearly $1 billion in foreign military sales to Tokyo earlier this week.
Japan is committed to double its defense spending by 2027 compared to my first term. They've invested a lot of money, and I'm pleased to say that this week my administration approved nearly $1 billion in foreign military sales to Tokyo.
The announcement came during a joint press conference with Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba. A senior Trump official told the leaders discussed military training exercises, increased cooperation on defense equipment and technology. They also spoke of collaborative efforts in cutting-edge technologies such as artificial intelligence, quantum computing, and semiconductors. Trump also touched upon his previous interactions with North Korean leader Kim Jong Un, suggesting that his relationship with Kim had been beneficial in preventing conflict and maintaining peace.
We will have relations with North Korea and with Kim Jong Un. I got along with him very well, as you know. I think I stopped the war. I think it's a very big asset for everybody that I do get along with him.
Worldwide News Report.
U.S. President Donald Trump announced at a press conference on February 7, with Japanese Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba, that progress was being made regarding Nippon Steel's previously blocked $14.9 billion bid to acquire U.S. Steel.
ですから US スチールにいたしましても、今大統領から言及がありましたように、買収ではない投資なのだと。そのことによって、さらに日本の技術も加えて、良い製品を作り出し、そしてそれが日本、アメリカ、そして世界に貢献できる US スチールの製品が生み出されていることに日本も投資を行うということで。
Ishiba agreed with Trump that the deal with U.S. Steel would not be an acquisition, but an investment, who also expressed Japan's willingness to increase its investment in the U.S. to $1 trillion, a move that he believes will significantly boost U.S. employment.
本日、私から対米投資額を1兆ドルという、いまだかつてない規模まで引き上げたいと、そのために共に取り組みたいということをお伝えをいたしました。
When questioned about the potential imposition of tariffs, Ishiba emphasized the unprecedented scale of Japan's proposed investment in the U.S. However, he declined to speculate on hypothetical situations. Worldwide News reports.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu offered praise to U.S. President Donald Trump on Friday for issuing sanctions against the International Criminal Court, which he called a scandalous and corrupt organization. Netanyahu, speaking alongside U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson, thanked the speaker for continued cooperation with Israel and invited him to visit Jerusalem this year.
Critical decisions that show his commitment and the American people's commitment to Israel have come to the fore instantly. He issued yesterday these sanctions on this scandalous and corrupt organization, the ICC, that threatens the right of all democracies to defend themselves by themselves.
President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu both understand that peace is secured through strength, not appeasement, and not by turning our backs on our allies.
Dozens of countries expressed their unwavering support for the International Criminal Court on Friday, a day after Trump authorized potentially far-reaching economic and travel sanctions against the court's staff. Hungarian Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó said in a Facebook post on Friday, sanctions imposed by Trump on the ICC are absolutely understandable. Szijjártó also said that the ICC has recently become a biased political tool, and that Hungary was also evaluating its cooperation with the institution. Worldwide News Report. Renewed U.S. interest has given a boost to Greenland's independence movement and strengthened its position in future secession talks with Denmark, according to the country's leading pro-independence party, Nalaraq Party.
Trump's comments and the new line from the new administration in the U.S. has definitely spurred on or made the independence movement have more momentum now than earlier. You could say that.
The Arctic island is due to vote on March 11th in an election, where independence has become the main topic, following recent statements by U.S. President Donald Trump that Denmark should cede control to the United States due to its strategic importance for American security.
It's about time that we kind of move on and see that independence is the way forward for the Greenlandic people, because we've been waiting for a long time for it.
Nalaraq, which currently holds 5 seats in Greenland's 31-seat parliament, with Greenland as an independent state, Nalaraq would pursue a defense agreement with the United States and a so-called free association with Denmark or another country, possibly the United States, Berthelsen said. Worldwide News reports. On February 7th, Swedish troops officially joined a multinational NATO brigade stationed at Latvia's Adaci military base, marking a significant step for the country's involvement in the alliance. This deployment is Sweden's first major contribution to NATO's standing forces since it became a member in March 2024. Sweden's entry into NATO came after Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which prompted the country to reassess its security strategy and abandon its long-standing neutral stance.
Sweden's soldiers are now an integral part of NATO's deterrence and defense here in Latvia, and together with allied colleagues, we will make not only Latvia and Sweden safer, but actually the entire alliance.
Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson addressed the media at a press conference in Riga, where he stated that Sweden's troops are now an integral part of NATO's deterrence and defense.
U.S. is a prime provider of military equipment to Ukraine. Europe has a potential to step up, and I think our countries are proving that in a good way. Many European NATO countries should and will increase investments in defense and not take for granted that the U.S. taxpayers in the long run.
I am extremely confident that the battalion that we have decided to provide is of the greatest quality.
For more than 200 years, Sweden maintained military neutrality, but NATO membership marks a historic shift as Sweden strengthens its defense ties with allies in response to increasing regional instability. Worldwide News Report. A flash flood hit Nazca in Peru's southern Ica province on February 6, following 5 hours of heavy rainfall. Onlookers watched on in the city as a storm drain, also known locally as an quebrada, surged dramatically, sweeping away mud, stones, and trees, according to local media. A quebrada is a dry streambed or ravine that can quickly fill with water and become active during heavy rainfall, especially in regions like the Andes, where the terrain drops dramatically from high altitudes to sea level over short distances. The Regional Emergency Operations Center is expected to intervene as authorities have declared an orange alert and are working to protect homes and assess the damage. Worldwide News reports.